before Christmas, a cold wintry fog, nary a critter was moving, nor a lone prairie dog. Then from out of the north the breeze gave a stir, an icy cold blast swirled the fog in a blur. A blue Texas norther roared over the plains. The cold fairly whistled through the loose window pane. I poked at the fireplace to stir up a flame. The embers glowed redder, but the cold still remained. Ma fixed up her dinner to be ready next day and thought about Christmas a few hours away. Our scuffed boots were assembled on the floor pair by pair, where Santy would find them, for he soon would be there. The youngerns were bundled down snug in their covers, a sprout of a girl and her two older brothers. So me in my long johns and Ma in her gown, woohoo, warmed up by the fire before we laid ourselves down. Then from out on the range there came such a ruckus, I ran to the window to see what the fuss was. Through the blue winter blizzard a scene came to sight. I squinted to see, but there weren't much light. There, stomping and snorting and pawing the ground, were 8 scrounging longhorns stampeding around in front of a wagon piled full as could be with boxes and bundles as high as a tree. Then a bellering yell soon set them all straight from a fat little old ramrod who put fear in the 8. Well, they weren't really scared. No harm would he cause, for their longhorn head honcho was old Santa Claus. He got their attention and called them by name.
Hey, Leadfoot and Walleye, get up there, Culhane. Come on, Gimp and Flop here, and Scarface, stop dragging. Get on, Sam, and high hips, let's move this here wagon.
Oh, Leadfoot, he bellered and lifted his head, and straight on they trampled through Ma's flower bed. They laid the gate flat and the clothesline went too. Nothing stood in their way as they flat-footed through. Santy pulled them up short on top of the roof after wrecking the porch with them clodhopper hooves. They rocked our sawed shanty, the dirt sifted down, and then through the chimney Santy came with a bound. He was all dressed in rawhide with a Stetson on top. His big Texas boots hit the floor with a clop. He shook his great belly and stomped with each foot, which knocked off a shower of mud, ash, and soot. His eyes were both squinty and his skin was like leather, I guess from too much exposure to the raw Texas weather. He looked tough as a horseshoe, but I felt no alarm, 'cause a wink of his eye showed me he'd do us no harm. A feed bag of toys he flung from his back, and with nary a word he opened that there sack. He filled all the boots and piled them high, then looked out the window and up at the sky. The cold Texas norther still whistled and blew, but more young'uns were waiting. His work wasn't through. It was hard to just leave and walk through the door to face all them longhorns in the cold as before. So he drank some hot mud and hunched close to the heat to soak up the warmth and thaw his cold feet. He could no longer dally or put off the chore, so he gave us a wink and he pushed through the door. He prodded them longhorns to get on the go, and the wagon took off through the fog and the snow. He called over the norther before he went out of sight.
Merry Christmas, yee-haw, and y'all have a good night.